I found a fantastic factory 10 minutes away from here, which was kind of a rebuilt old farmhouse with marble floors and thatched roof, and it was like 20,000 square feet. It was perfect, and we started there. However, in 2003 we had a fire, so the building got pretty much destroyed. We managed to save most of the equipment and the parts while it was in the fire. I mean, we just got everything out. And then this was still a military area, so the mayor came to the site. It was a Saturday, and we were all kind of suited up and said, well, we managed to get most of it out, but now we don't have a building anymore. And they said, I'll talk to some people at the military base. So we actually got into one of the buildings next door here that was already cleared out because they were shutting down. And that, ironically, was the fire station. It used to be the fire station. And we first planned to rebuild our first factory because we really liked it. But when we got all the plans for it and how long it would take like 1 to 1.5 years to get it done. And we would have to set up temporarily here, and we did that at the first site. And we realized if we're going to make this work and start producing cars and then move again, we're never going to get going. And then we had the look here. There were still airplanes in here, and they said maybe this could be something for you. And say, yeah, that looks pretty interesting. It's not as quaint and elegant that the place we used to have, which we really liked, but it's kind of practical. And of course, people think, well, then you got access to the test track, which is not true, because we already had access to the test track. Actually, the gate to the test track is closer to where our old factory was than where this is. So that had nothing to do with it, because it was just next door anyway. But it's practical, it's nice, it has the heritage of the airplanes. And we got the Ghost. Yeah. When we moved in here, we got the Ghost. If you
that was going to be my final question.
Yeah.
What is the Ghost?
Yeah, that Ghost was on that wall when we came in here. And you see these lines here on the floor, it's where they taxied in the airplanes.
Got it.
And that's actually the symbol for the squadron that used to be here, which was the oldest airplane squadron or fighter jet squadron in Sweden from like the 30s or something like that. And they were called the Ghost because they had before they had kind of modern aviation electronics and so on. They just flew on their senses, and they took off before dawn. And people could only hear them and not see them. And then they came back after dusk. So they heard these airplanes but didn't see them. And of course, airplane was quite a new thing then. So they were called the Ghost. So they adopted this symbol. And for some reason, very early on, they adopted a slogan, "The show must go on." And they wrote that on their airplane, in English even. And then the show stopped. And we came here, and some of the people working here with the airplane said, "Please, can't you continue our tradition, put our Ghost on your car, then the show will go on." And they said, okay, yes. So we said every car we will build here, we will put the Ghost on to honor the squadron. So that's the story.